I might be a bit boring compared to all the fun activities before. So I just want to give a big thank you to Daniela, Natasha, who's already left, and Anais. We had actually quite a pivotal moment just before, so there is no board here, and I just tried to capture it in little words. So we basically started, the World Ethic Forum, as you may know by now, is a space that is dedicated to how do we really create a culture of care and kinship over sectors, contexts, disciplines, etc., to really embody this culture of radical shared aliveness, or an ethic actually of radical shared aliveness. One part of our focus was actually, so how do you make that very concrete and manifest it in a very concrete use case? How would that look like? What are the processes? What would be the steps? Where we landed, I want to give you the highlight, is actually how can we create an established think global space, or actually the word that now came out, and you're the first ones to hear, and we're still seeing how that would land, is an ethical biome for a healthy and alignment across towards this culture of care and kinship. So that ethical biome is now just landed, I would say, half an hour ago or so. That led us to, so what concretely came out was a concrete use case for offering a space and a process of dialogue and participatory practice in the investment sector space. So how would that then actually look like with the concrete stakeholders to really get there and to create that alignment that actually is based on that ethical biome, or is nurtured by that. That is also informed by the dynamic learning, so what would learn in that space that is also transferred to other concrete cases. And what also came out is actually with this ethical biome metaphor or analogy, so how do we now go back to the team and actually upgrade, refine, include of course the firekeepers that are a very essential part of our process. And how do we now upgrade our papers, our processes, our next steps, our strategy? So, you see, I haven't trained it here, or I haven't practiced it, so it's really like just fresh off the press. So, what's very concretely next? We will visualize all of that, because for us it's very clear, having written that down on long papers will not work. So we actually want to create a really beautiful visual map of that. If some of you feel like, oh, I have the talent of actually visualizing something in a really beautiful way, please comment and knock on our door. That's something you clearly need, or need help and support with. Go back to the team and see how that all lands and what comes out of that conversation. Having an upgrade with the Firekeeper Circle that we are meeting end of August anyway. And then there is an idea of writing actually a conference paper to actually really substantiate that concretely, and most probably also find some registration in terms of domain, etc. for that ethical biome. So it's quite amazing what happened in this very few hours actually with a very small group. So thank you again for the ones having been part of it.
Thank you. So very much.